Meghan Markle baby game plan revealed. Child must do homework and ride tube. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have set a game plan to give their child a normal upbringing that will include chores and riding the London Underground. Insiders have said the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will bring up children who know the values of normal things in life once their firstborn is welcomed into the world in spring. Meghan, 37, is reported to be eager to ensure her child is not spoiled and will take her children on the subway and the tube, sources told US Weekly. Royal correspondent Omid Scobie said the couple will be changing the royal parenting rules and already have a game plan for how the child will be raised. He said, Meghan will take her kids on a subway. They'll have chores and jobs one day. They won't be spoiled. The news follows reports the Duke and Duchess will not seek a royal title for their baby so that he or she will lead a normal life. If the child is a boy, he will likely become an Earl of Dumbarton, while a girl would become Lady Mountbatten-Windsor, the Daily Mail reports. And as Harry is not in direct succession to the throne, the child is unlikely to be a full-time royal. It is believed the couple's snub of a royal title for their child is an attempt to follow Princess Anne, who turned down the offer in a break from royal tradition following the births of her children Zara Tindall and Peter Phillips. Princess Anne's brother, Prince Andrew, ensured his children with Sarah Ferguson did, which is why Eugenie and Beatrice are princesses. News. Meghan's mother Doria Ragland, the only member of the former actress's family that attended her royal wedding to Harry in May, is moving to the UK to be closer to her daughter and grandchild, recently surfaced. The yoga instructor is understood to be leaving her home in LA so she can spend part of the year in the UK. The 62-year-old is also reported to be taking baby care classes near her home in California. Baby Sussex will be the grandchild of Prince Charles and the late Princess Diana, and have a step-grandmother in Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall. Behind the heartwarming announcement that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are expecting their first child, there lies an altogether less straightforward subplot. It is the story of two very different maternal grandparents. Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland, will be filled with joy and excitement as she anticipates the spring arrival of her first grandchild, and will expect to play a very active role in raising the child. Indeed, though she has reportedly decided against moving permanently from Los Angeles to London, at least for the time being, sources say she plans to make regular transatlantic trips to visit her new family. Contrast Miss Ragland's jubilation with the emotions of Meghan's 74-year-old father, Thomas, as he ponders the momentous news at his lonely apartment in the Mexican resort of Rosarito Beach. Though he already has 5 grandchildren by his son, Thomas Jr., and daughter, Samantha Grant, the product of his first marriage, Mr. Markle ought to be feeling similarly thrilled, for Meghan was always the apple of his eye, and his only child with Doria. Yet thanks to his unedifying words and behavior towards her and Prince Harry these past few months, he has alienated himself from them so completely that, according to insiders, Meghan didn't even deign to call him to tell him she was to become a mother. Instead, it was left to Doria to inform him of the pregnancy. He has now pronounced himself overjoyed by the news, and is said to have written a congratulatory letter to the couple. However, the tragic truth is that, unless there is a thawing of polar ice cap proportions in his relationship with Meghan, Mr. Markle is unlikely ever to see his 6th grandchild. As I discovered when researching Meghan's family background, Mr. Markle's vainglorious pride and mulish stubbornness are commensurate with his 6 feet 3 and 20 stone stature. According to those who know him, he is therefore highly unlikely to eat humble pie by apologizing to Meghan, for the word sorry is not in his lexicon. Yet today, how he must regret lining his pockets by stunting up those grubby, pre-wedding paparazzi photographs, then failing to walk his daughter down the aisle after supposedly suffering a suspiciously timed heart attack. Even then, Meghan, to her credit, was openly supportive of her father, issuing a statement saying she hoped he can be given the support he needs to focus on his health. Clearly, she hoped he would come to realize his behavior had to change in accordance with her status. With insouciance, however, Mr. Markle repaid her loyalty by selling her out again, via a string of combustible interviews. When speaking, without her permission, to Piers Morgan on ITV's breakfast show, Good Morning, He committed the cardinal sin of revealing Harry's political views, saying the prince thought Donald Trump ought to be given a chance, and that he was open to the experiment of Brexit. Then he compounded his faux pas by discussing, far too prematurely, the prospect of Meghan becoming a mother. In language dredged up from his blue-collar Pennsylvanian roots, he remarked that there's got to be a child in the making, somewhere soon. Stung by the frosty reaction to his TV appearance, and by now stuck in a gigantic hole of his own making, his reaction was to keep on digging.